Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Gore here, and I know I'm 30 minutes early, but you know what? I'm on a special lake. This lake has been producing bites are few and far between, but when they happen, they're usually pretty good fish. I'm scheduled to go live in 30 minutes from now, but you know what? I've got good service. I'm here now. I'm just getting ready to wet a line and get started, so I'm going to go ahead and get started now. So let everybody know I'm going. I'll probably have live going on for the next hour to hour and a half. So let's have some fun and hope I catch a big one. Now, here's the thing. If I catch a bass 5 pounds or larger, which is very possible in this water right now, even though water temps are, they're warmer than they were last week when I was here. Water temps were 45 to 48 degrees. They're 53 degrees right now. So potential to catch a big one is very possible. So if I catch a 5 pound plus, I'm going to give away some goodies to a lucky winner. So, all right, let's get it started. So I already kind of pre-fished this last week. I know what to do. We're going jig fishing. So bear with me, guys. We can sneak some, fishing some bluffy areas. And we're going to see if we can't pick out a pig out of here. So, all right, here we go. We're moving. So basically right now I'm fishing with the new estuary inshore rods that are available retail only. So you have to buy them in person. You're going to see those more in like your East Coast and your mom and pop shops. It's only for retail right now. And I love this estuary rod, inshore rod for a jig rod. It's got a really good action to it. Yeah, so I just really like its action. And I am throwing a Verus, the retail Verus bait caster right now too, with pretty sure this is 17-pound TriPolymer. So, and I'm basically just flipping a 3/4 ounce football jig up against some bluffs. You guys will see the terrain here in a minute, and see if we can get bit. And then, like I said, guys, if I catch a 5 plus on this broadcast, you guys are going to benefit. So do me a favor, if anybody's watching via Facebook, share it. Share. If you guys are watching on YouTube and you have a Facebook, share the link to your Facebook. It would be anytime you guys can share, the better this does for me. So we're just going to run this bank. I've got quite a few things tied on. Right now, the only thing I have on deck is a Texas rig, a jig, and a lipless for a reaction bite. So we're going to start running this bank line now and see if we can't produce us a chunky. Now, we were out here, like I said, on Thursday. I was going to go live here Thursday, but got hung up. Oh, I'm off. Okay. That's the bad thing about this chunk rock terrain that I'm on, is it is kind of crazy. What's it say? I'm working too. I'm gonna have a hard time seeing these comments, guys, but I'll try to look at them. We're gonna have a good time. Shared, thank you. Appreciate it. Like I said, the more people that watch this, the better. The more I'm allowed to do giveaways and hook the people up. Good show coming next Tuesday night. We're gonna be talking about the Valentine's Day special. It's already live right now, the Valentine's Day sale. So I would jump on that. I wouldn't wait. Oop. Okay, I thought for a minute. That's the crazy thing about this bite, is it's light and spongy and hard to figure. Back on this body of water since May of last year. This lake was producing some massive fish. On average, 3 to 6 pounders like crazy. It's kind of a different lake to fish, I'll tell you that. Scroll down. You froze. I'm going to do my best to not freeze, guys. Bear with me. Got my Starlink going. So I am in a remote area. So let's just hope it works out. You know, I'm going to turn my camera on too back here. Let's adjust it. Oh, plug you in. Oh no. Hold on. Stop. I gotta fix my camera, guys. There we go. Now I can record. It would be nice to get bit while I was setting that up. Okay, now we're good. Got my DJI going. Let's see. The two-piece rods are decent. The two-piece rods are, depending on which ones you get, there's some really nice rods available, guys. Dang, I drifted way off. Main thing you're looking for is IM6 or better. The like your Centron Light, your Lethal Blaze, your Verus rods, those are all going to be an IM6. You get into the Royal Legend Pro, and that's when you start to get into an IM7. IM6 is a pretty decent rod. IM7 is pretty good. IM8, IM9 is amazing. But of course, your price is going to spike. Let's see. Again, guys, like I said, this fishing's been slow, but so is fishing this time of year anywhere you go. But this lake's produced some chunks. So if I can catch one 5-pound plus, I guarantee if I catch one today, it's going to be probably a 3-pounder or bigger. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. But a 5-pound plus is what I got to catch to do the giveaway. And I'll tell you what, if I catch that 5-pound plus, I'll give away a Verus bait casting reel or spinning reel, your choice, because that's what I'm throwing right now. So that's what I'll be doing the giveaway on, is a Verus bait casting reel or spinning reel, should you be the lucky winner that gets to take advantage of that. Come on, begin. The lakes here in Arizona have been real temperamental. Roosevelt, the lake that I've been fishing, I haven't fished it since December, only because it has been absolute horrible conditions as far as fish catches and quality. There's guys fishing tournaments, just tons of the field not even weighing in because they didn't even catch close to a limit. So, and then the quality that's getting caught is very small. Now, don't get me wrong, there are always going to be guys that are going to catch a 5-fish limit, and somebody's going to catch a donkey in there somewhere. But for the majority of the field, it's been awful. It's been very awful. Let's see. It is, my water temps are warmer than where a lot of you guys are. So today's kind of a warm day. I'll bet you we're in the high 60s right now. So pretty nice. Cool in shade. Oh, I thought I might have been getting bit for a minute. It's really funky bites. But we're gonna pick one up. We got to pick one up, guys. Let's see what we can do. Stick with me. If you guys got nothing going on, it's gonna be a little bit of a longer broadcast, at least an hour to 2 hours. I do want to be off this body of water before it gets dark for certain political reasons, but should be a good time if we can catch one. I did bring crankbait. I brought a Carolina rig. So if we make this past 1 or 2 times and don't catch nothing, well, then I'm going to be throwing something different. But I do know that it took us a while on Thursday to figure it out. But this is what got us bit. There's my bang. Get my scent out. Put some attractant on it, see if we can get them to hold on to it longer. No mosquitoes, no black flies. I agree. This is true. I love winter fishing. It can get tough and challenging at times, but Let's see what we got here. What is your guys' favorite way to catch fish? We'll say bass. What is your guys' favorite way to catch bass? Let me know in the comment section. I'll try to see them. Been a little closer here. I started using the fuzzy dice. You know, I've been seeing that trend. I've never used it. I don't even own any, but I'd like to give them a try. You know what I better do while I'm ahead of the curve right now? Get the net. Because I am by myself, and if I catch a donkey, I don't want to lose him. Okay. Net is ready. It's always tripped me out to come to a body of water in Arizona and see seagulls. And there are quite a few seagulls in this lake right now. But I also see them at my county landfill too. You can probably hear the seagulls in the background. Guys, if you guys are just now tuning in or watching a little bit ahead of schedule, because I did go live ahead of schedule, do me a favor and share this. Share this broadcast. I am going to be doing a giveaway on conditions. If I catch a 5-pound or bigger bass on the jig, somebody's going to get hooked up with their choice of a Verus bait caster, and I'm hung up and I'm off, or a Verus spinning reel, their choice, if they are the selected contestant and win the coin toss. So if you're watching live, you've definitely got a chance to win. Just make sure you're commenting. If you're not commenting, don't expect to win. And if you're watching the rebroadcast, make sure you comment. I will be selecting the winner, the 2 finalists, one from Facebook, one from YouTube, and there will be a coin toss showdown next Tuesday night during the Valentine's Day live show. So the pre-Valentine's Day live show. Now's a great time to start getting ready for that special angler in your family. Whether it's your mom, your dad, your uncle, your son, your daughter, your cousin, whoever it may be. Some great deals going on for Valentine's Day on KastKing.com. It's slow the way it goes, guys. Winter bass fishing in Arizona. You can still catch bass year-round here. It doesn't stop for us, but it definitely changes. And like I was saying, that Roosevelt Lake is where I primarily fish, and Apache Lake. It has been super tough lately. Like, there's guys going out fishing all day long and catching 1, 2 maybe, and barely 12, 13 inches. And then you'll hear 1 or 2 guys actually having a really good day. So that is few and far between. The majority is struggling. Beautiful scene. Well, thank you. Yeah, Arizona is, you know what's crazy is I do love the scenery here in Arizona. It's beautiful. For me, it took me later in life to appreciate how beautiful it is. Just because I grew up seeing all this, the red, the browns, the greens at times, and then the cactus. And then when I go back east into different states and see just the lush, beautiful greenery of different states, it made me not care much for my state at first. I was just like, man, Arizona's kind of ugly. You know, and that was kind of like in my early 20s. And then as I got older, traveled more and more, I started really just having a different appreciation for it's a different topography you'll experience in different states and the scenery and things like that. Arizona is truly a neat place. Really has a lot of different climates too. So kind of neat. All right, I need to catch us one, right? I got the bang out. I got the scent attract out. I'm ready for iCast. Hey, Rob. All right, guys. I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret. This is for those watching on the live. There's a new product coming. I can't tell you what exactly it is. Can't give you too much hint about it. All I can say is you're gonna want one. It is something everybody that loves KastKing already wants. It's just something we're gonna make more available. What kind of camera are you using, AJ? So I'm filming off my live phone, or filming the live off my phone right now using Starlink. But in the back, off of my YOLO stick, I'm using a DJI Osmos 3 camera. Right when the Osmos 3 came out, I got it. And it seemed like 2-3 months later, the 4 came out, which like really irritated me. I'm like, what? I was like, that's just the way it goes, isn't it? Like as soon as technology comes out, you buy it, the latest, greatest, and then 3 days later, 3 days later, technology comes out with something. They come out with even more. But I did some reading and some studying, and they say that the 4 is not much different than the 3. To not get, if you have the 3, don't get crazy and run and jump and get the 4. They've got the 5, I think, just came out. I haven't had a chance to really look at the 5, but my 4 does fantastic. And I film in 1080 half the time. I'm filming in 4K right now, but I will film, like if I'm going to be on a long day of fishing, like if I know I'm going to be out all day, I'll film in 1080 just so I can fit everything on one card. I've got it on the YOLO stick, so I don't, I have power the whole day. I don't run out of batteries. That's one reason I do that. So, all right, come on, bastards. The people want to see it. Let's see. This was the technique on Thursday. Now, granted, it's Tuesday. Things change. We caught them mid-morning to midday, not afternoon, evening. I kind of hoped that the bite would pick up as the day progressed and the water temps go up, so we're going to see. And we ran this bank 2 or 3 times and picked up quite a few that way. You get 1 or 2, and we are just barely a fifth of the way on our first run. And I'm kind of going slow because these bass are cold. They're a little warmer than they were Thursday, but hopefully that'll put up for a good fight. It is a very beautiful place. It's really neat. Banging the wall. Gonna get that, what they call that natural drop in. So all I'm throwing is a 3/4 ounce football jig. Letting it bang against the wall, knocking all the paint off of it. With a small grub. I've got the skirt trimmed a little bit and the brush guard trimmed a little bit. Right there where It'll keep me from getting hung up as easy, but yet not get in the way of good hook sets. So let's see if we can find something to set the hook on. Need a snowmobile? Well, we need the snow here in Arizona. We need a snowpack up north. We haven't got it. That's what this lake desperately needs. It's at 1.5%. You can look behind me and see literally the discoloration from how low the water levels are. This lake is at 1.5, like I said, and that is stupid low. There's going to be a fish kill this summer severely if we don't get any weather, any adequate rain. Get me a water. I still got plenty, but I'll top off. Okay. Chug a lug. Stay hydrated. All right, let's get to this. Let's figure this out. Guys, like I said, do me a favor, share this broadcast. We're just fishing, hanging out. If you have questions that you would like to ask, I'd be more than happy to try to answer it. Of course, on this platform from my phone, it's hard for me to see some of the comments, but I'll try to stay with them. And if you can, especially my Facebook users, do me a favor and share this broadcast. Share it to your groups, to your page. The more people that can watch these broadcasts, the more I can go live and do giveaways. And I'm going to do a giveaway because of this live, so long as I can catch one, and it's over 5. And last Thursday, we were out here. We caught 7, and our best 5 went 22 pounds. So there's been quite a few people coming out here catching 6s and 7s quite a bit. So these bass are averaging 3+ or bigger. So let's see what we can figure out here. We're going to catch this one, guys. We're going to come in here and catch one. Had to adjust my Starlink because it's actually literally facing this bluff. So I had to kind of see if I could pick up a new satellite with it. There's a really nice area right here that we might be able to pick one up. This area right here, I think we produced a couple off of over the course of the day. Like I said, we made 2 or 3 passes, the football jig and a Texas rig. We had quite a few missed opportunities where they pick it up for a second. We weren't sure if it was a fish. Ooh, right there was some movement. So this lake is full of shad and gizzard shad and crappie. What happened was a couple of years ago, this lake went dang near dry, killed all the bass, or the majority, if not all, killed the majority of the crappie. Some catfish survived, I'm sure, because they can survive just about anything. Carp. But the gizzard shad population took off. And about 3 to 4 years ago, give or take somewhere in there, they restocked this lake full of bass and full of crappie. And they have no competition. So everything that was in here all about the same. The few fish that were here, the bass, they weren't really consuming each other. The majority of them were almost all the same size. They couldn't. So they had really no competition. No, they were the alpha species. So that's the good thing. And they were able to just gorge. And boy, I tell you what, so when you see these bass, half of them will have very mouths compared to the size of their body. They're literally, you hear the term footballs, and these are the screaming poster children of bass footballs. They really are. I'm going to do my best to get one in the boat for you guys today. But like I said, bear with me. Oh, how deep is it right here? 50. I'm hung. Oh, come off. Okay, cool. So you guys are going to be able to get to see behind me right now as I flip around. That guy moved in right as I got here. I'd set up, took a little while, had my spot lock on, got my internet going, got my signal going, got StreamYard running for my live, and then all of a sudden he came in on me, and I was hoping I wasn't gonna have to cross his path, but he only cast for a few minutes and got impatient and split. So that works to our benefit. We have this whole run to ourselves. So now if we can capitalize, that's the main thing. Can we get it done here? Might get waked out a little bit here in a second. "45 days until spring." Tell you what, guys, if you guys can make the Classic, you got to get to the Classic. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be there or not yet. I have been put on standby. There's some other irons in the fire that may keep me from going. And these are KastKing irons in the fire, of course. So it's not like my personal life will keep me from going. It's different things that might change in the future of what I'm trying to do. Dang it. That's the only bad thing about the football jig and all this chunk rock is dragging it and hopping it down into areas where it'll get hung up. Plus there's a spot right here. God dang it, of all the places to get hung up right now. I was really looking forward to this little nook right here. See if I can pull one out of it without disturbing it. Okay, slow down. I may have to break off here in a second just so I can try not to. Scope shows them, but I ain't trying to scope these guys. These are a different way to catch these dudes here. Come on. I'm really trying not to spook this one spot up and really. There it is. Okay, I'm off. Now let's get away from it. See if we can't catch one where we just were. So what's going on is these fish are moving in and out, and the water clarity is real bad, and they'll come up and they're looking up at whatever's falling off of these bluffs and moving around these bluffs, and just they're just attacking and gorging. So right back here, there's a little nook and cranny right there. That's where, you know what? Let's see if I can't happen to spot lock it. Maybe you guys will be able to see the whole thing, okay? Let's see if I can make it happen. All right, here we go. See if we can catch one back here. My spot lock not go? No, it didn't. Now it's spot locked. Go. Come on, baby. All right, guys. When it comes to jigs, what kind of jigs are you guys? Now, mind you, are you a swim jig? Are you guys a football jig? Are you guys a bladed jig kind of person? Do you prefer lead over tungsten because of its affordability? Do you prefer tungsten over lead? When it comes to jig fishing, what gets you guys? What is your go-to for jigs? They are being tight-lipped, guys. Tight-lipped. We'll see. All right, let's keep going. Maybe as we work our way down, we'll get a better chance. Catch one. Even try some Carolina rig and Texas rig and see what'll happen. As these fish are roaming. I try to get tungsten where possible. Yeah, very much. Tungsten is incredibly expensive. I like tungsten jigs. Don't get me wrong. I do love tungsten. I use it quite a bit. But I use lead way more than you would expect just because of its affordability. And I also have a guy here in Arizona named Jim from Munski Leadworks. And I've got a really good system with him. We work together very well. And he keeps me loaded in jigs, as well as my drop shot weights, bullet weights, egg weights. So like all my egg weights for Carolina rig come from Jim. My drop shot weights are all from Jim. So if you guys live in Arizona or come to Arizona and you need some lead, let me know. I got a guy. Now, if I could get him to somehow magically create some tungsten for me. Ooh, hung up. There we go. Let's see here. Now, those of you that have watched me live before lately, like in November, maybe even December. Oop. Oh, that was weird. Caught me sleeping. Might have been a bass. And that's the bad thing about this bite is it's different what they're doing. They're barely picking it up sometimes. I mean, you almost have to get lucky and hope that you get that one slam bite, that one you can't, or where they just get it in their crushers and just start gnawing on the thing. And then sometimes you don't even feel them. They'll pick it up and come to you with it. It's been challenging lately. These guys they're not crushing it usually. They're not slamming it. So by the time you have time to realize you're getting a bite, it's almost too late. So you have to be really Johnny on the spot. Of course, talking, hanging out, paying attention to comments. Patrick Feely, what's going on, man? Gonna go out Sunday, huh? Well, good luck, brother. Hopefully you get on some. Hopefully I can get some luck from you and on this broadcast and put a $5 in the boat. If I catch a 5-pounder today, which is very possible, I got to catch one to do it. But this lake is full of fat bass. This is almost like a stocked lake. They did stock it, but it had like its own little secret for a little while. The secret's out. There's politics behind why it's not as busy. One of the big things is it is only at 1.5%, and there's no buoys, there's no markers. You kind of have to know the lake, or there's a good chance you're going to run aground. I almost ran aground just trying to get over here, and I was out here Thursday, and I found a new hump that was 4 foot deep at about 300 yards off the bank, and right in the path that I thought I already went through, and I almost got it. And thank God I kind of was like, well, let's wait till we get in the main channel before you try to get up on plane and shoot the hog to it. So I kept the old Suzuki under wraps there. Let's see what you guys got going here. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Yeah, you got it. You ain't kidding. I hope you get a 10 or 10 plus. I hope so too. But like I said, if I can catch a 5 here, I'm going to give away this Verus reel. So the Verus baitcaster or Verus spinning. Now, granted, I'm using a retail version, which is the exact same thing as what you're going to get, just different colors. So you'll be getting the online version. So they packaged them different. One's for retail, one's for online sales. Same exact thing, just different color schemes. I just, from working trade shows and checking out samples, I just had to bag and get this one because it looks like a Bassinator. And if you guys know, any of the OGs know how great that Bassinator was, and you know, this Verus, and I've told people this too earlier this year, that I kind of snubbed the Verus at first because I don't know, I had my favorites. And then during some different promotions, I went out and started really fishing with it and got to where I was like, dude, don't sleep on that Verus, man. Do not sleep on that reel. It is such a good line for the price. It is insane. And it has been, I did a lot of work with this reel lately. So I'm really, really getting to where I love this thing. I've got, definitely got my money's out of it. And you guys will too. If you guys are fortunate to see this thing in retail stores, go check your local retail stores that carry KastKing, your mom and pop shops, and see if they have it. If not, request it. But it's the exact same reel online, just black with kind of that turquoise highlights and EVA grips. Same exact functionality, just different color scheme. I've got them both. I just like the silver. I'm going to spot lock and take some time in this little spot here. We might make another pass with a Texas rig and a brush hog. What's going on? How's it going? Really hoping this football jig can get it done for us today. Have you tried swim baits? Swim baits are going to be a little bit. I'm really in tune with a lot of the guys that are. There's a tight niche group of us coming out here, and there's a couple guys catching them on some swim baits. But right now, the main thing that's catching on this lake is going to be Texas rig, jig, as well. Crankbait had a good fury for a little while, but it's mainly been like jig fishing, Texas rig, Carolina rig. So we came out Thursday, had a little mini friendly tournament. We threw crankbaits, we threw swim baits. The guy that we were fishing against was shaking a minnow, was drop shotting, throwing Alabama rigs, and they got skunked. But we figured out a jig bite midday on these bluffs, so that's why I'm back. And we caught 6 or 7 really good bass, all of them at least 3.5 or bigger. And so we caught 2 that were 5 pounds at least. And then a couple of the guys that I frequent with that have been out here more than I have caught quite a few 6s and 7s lately. So we're hoping for that 5-pounder, the way of jigging. And there's no smallmouth in this body of water. 0. This lake, for those of you just now turning in, this lake pretty much died 3-4 years ago. And they restocked it with bass and crappie. And the only things really that were in this lake, and some catfish, were a couple surviving catfish. I'm sure a couple bass and crappie survived the original fish kill. But this lake got lower than it's at now and turned toxic green. It's at 1.5%. This lake is basically empty and scary to try to navigate at this level because you just don't know. Nothing's marked. There's no buoys. There's no docks. We're launching in the mud because we know what's in here. And if we don't get a large amount of water by this summer here in Arizona, when them temperatures get to 110 and 110 plus, this lake's gonna, it's gonna turn over and turn toxic. I'm hung up. And so if that doesn't kill them, what does survive, it's gonna dry up. And it's going to be a shame. So what they did is 3-4 years ago, when this lake filled back up, because it already almost dried up once, and it did do the same thing like I was talking about once already, they stocked it about 3-4 years ago with crappie and largemouth. And they had there was nothing to, oh, I'm off. Okay. They had nothing to worry about. They had no other species to compete with or to eat them while they were young and small. There was just no alpha species to worry about. So they basically have had full reign with tons of gizzard shad and crawdads to just eat. And they are huge. Their mouths are about this big, but their bodies are just so giant, dude. Fat. So trying to take advantage of that. I have a video on YouTube where I came out last February, and when I heard that this lake was starting to produce decent fish, and it surprised me. And I fished this lake like crazy until May, and then around May and June, it got to where you couldn't launch a boat from the boat ramp. And we're not launching a boat from the boat ramp right now, but we had to wait for the water levels to get even lower to where there was an area where we could access with cars and trucks, and you got into an area where it was steep enough to where you could actually launch a boat. So it got to where there was nobody able to fish this lake for a while. And just a couple months ago, word started getting out that this lake is doing it again. And people were able to launch. So I had to come out and try it. And Thursday we came out and had a good day. We caught 22 pounds of bass for our best 5. Matt Shura, who is a Arizona pro, has come out. He's had some really good days. Some really, really good days out here too. There we go. So I'm not giving up the name of the lake right now just because there's politics at play. And I don't want to overrun this lake. And I also want to be respectful to the people whose home lake this kind of is. So this is one of my neighboring lakes. So if you know where I live and you've heard me talk, you can probably pick up on what lake this is. If you really, really want to know, you can DM me and I'll tell you. Ain't no fish in it. No, fish in Dad 32, there absolutely is. So if anybody that's a true angler, and I'm not being disrespectful, knows sometimes you just can't catch a fish in 5 minutes, especially when it's in the winter. So you just got to keep sticking it out. And like I said, if I can pick one up over 5 here in the next hour or two, I'm going to give you guys, even if you guys only watch for 20 minutes or 5 minutes, make sure you comment. So Fish Dad, even though you were talking trash, you are entered to win if I catch that 5-pounder, this Verus reel that I'm using. So brand new though, it'll be brand new in the box. I'll let you choose whether you want a spinning version or bait casting. So talk trash, have a good time, whatever you want to do, just know, as long as you're commenting, you're entered to win. And Fish Dad, I hope you win. I actually had somebody call me GiveItAwayAJ a couple months back. Luis is his name. And he ended up winning from that comment right there on the live. And got hooked up on one of the trolleys, I believe is what it was. So you never know. All right, guys. So here's the question. Keep throwing the jig, or should I take a turn with a Texas rig craw, or a Texas rig Christie critter, also known as, dang it, why can't I think of the name of it? AJ, call heads. There you go. Throw a wacky Senko. I always could, but this lake is so stained and so dirty, it's that clack. I really need that clack of that The water through this lake is there is zero visibility on this lake right now. It's so dirty. In a couple months, it's going to turn neon green. If there's more towards the mouth of the river you go, the more neon green this lake is. Low oxygen levels. It's getting bad. So, but I'm just trying to catch before it gets bad. I love the crow. You guys can hear the crow. I think his mic's pretty good. So, nope. Dang it. That felt like it, but that was a rock. And now that I sunk that jig into a rock, let's see here. I don't know who the laughing in my dreams is for. But Fish Dad, I wish you the best luck. I hope that I randomly pick your name for the giveaway if I catch. If you guys actually look at the thumbnail for this video, that was from last Thursday, this past like less than a week ago. So they're here, and it took us quite a while to catch those bass, but that was 22 pounds. So Fish Dad, hopefully I can make you a believer here in a few. But if not, God bless you, brother. God bless you. Check my line. Ooh, I need to retie. That would have been my luck, is to hook up on a big one and break off. Put my scissors here. All right, guys. Let's see. The other gentleman that I was fishing with, you guys have seen on my lives before with me, was Anthony Avalos. He's actually on the state team here in Arizona for the Nitro Bass Pro Shop state team. He and I came out and hit this lake up. He works with me on my day job too. So we both are in the fishing industry. I fish for KastKing. He fishes for Bass Pro. And it's good times. We had a good day. All right, knot is tied. Get rid of my tag end here. Wait, if I can keep from dropping my scissors. Really, dude? Stay away from my bank. Just a second here. Pay attention to what I'm doing. We got a bass boat ripping his way over here. Oh, no, it's a little aluminum boat. He's moving. He's scooting. There. I like that knot much better. All right. Back in business, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. It's a secret. If you guys want to know what lake I'm on, just message me. I'll tell you. It's more out of respect for the... I'll put it this way. This is a tribal lake. Okay? So, let's see. We got a boat coming straight to me for whatever reason. Maybe they recognize me. We'll see. But again, if you guys are just now tuning in or you've been with me for a little while, I'm fishing a secret body of water right now. If you want to message me, let me know. Gary, you're already entered because you're commenting, so hopefully good luck to you. If I can get some luck, it'll be even beneficial to everybody else. I'm hopefully picking up a pig here. If I can keep off of these dang boulders and keep this football jig from getting hung up, which seems to be what I'm doing. Just tuning in. Okay, so what's going on right now? For those of you that are just tuning in, A, I'm hung. But B, I'm fishing a little secret hidden body of water that is actually, if you saw the thumbnail, that's from this past Thursday. I come out, a buddy of mine and I came out and we caught 22 pounds of bass for our best 5, doing just what I'm doing right now. It took us a little while to figure out the bite, and we got on it, got it done, and we had a really good day. So I'm trying to catch more of these good fish, and if I catch a 5-pounder while I'm live, this Verus reel that I'm using, a lucky viewer. So of course it'll be a brand new reel, won't be a used one, and I'll let the viewer pick out. Here we go, guys. I just got it. Yep, got one, guys. Got a good one. Here we go. See, for those haters. Here we go. Stay down. Got one live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if it goes 5 pounds. If she goes 5, she's fighting like crazy, guys. Let's see here. Come on. Come on. You're done. Tighten my net back up. Oh, come back this way. Got her, guys. Look at that. She's going to go 5 up. Look at this. All right, guys. Look at that. Spot lock. For those of you wanting to see it, there it is right there. That's what I came out. So, will she go 5 pounds? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, you can do it. I just did it, baby. All right. Look at how big the belly is, how fat that bass is. Little mouth compared to the body, really. All right, let's see. Will she go 5? If she goes 5, one of you is getting a free reel. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, she just pooped all over my deck. Okay, scale is on and zeroed out. Let me set her down. Okay. All right, clamped up. Oh, right there, guys. If you guys can see it, free reel. 5.4, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing a giveaway for you guys. First bass, I said, if I can catch over a 5, you guys are getting hooked up. What's the first one I catch? 5-pounder. Let's get her back in the water. There we go. Go, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Right there. Got it done. Got it done. So, all right. Here's what I'll do now. We'll make it even sweeter, okay? Because I already got a 5. I'm just so happy whenever I can do this live. It's so hard to do it. So, those of you watching, or those of you just tuning in for the rebroadcast. So if you're watching live right now, make sure you're commenting, because that's how you can get entered to win. I'm going to give away a Verus baitcaster or the Verus spinning reel. Whoever wins gets to choose. Of course, that'll also depend on what's in stock, and it's going to be the black Verus baitcaster, because the one I'm using right now is a retail only. I don't have access to giveaways to this exact. These are only for the retail market. I just am special and got one. Neener, neener, neener. But anyhow, what's crazy is there was a dude. He was just like a little point over, and he come up on me earlier when I first set up here, and I was like, "No, don't run this bank. I really need this bank to stay fresh for the fans." And he took off, left it open, and I come in. He didn't get this far, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited. So anyhow, you guys are commenting, comment, waiting for the speed demon as we watch. So I don't know if you guys just saw, we just caught ourselves a 5-pounder. So giveaway alert. Now let's make it sweeter. Because why? My name is GiveItAwayAJ. So if I can catch another bass while we're live, I'll do a line giveaway. Okay. As long as it's under 5 pounds. If it's another 5+, then I might give away a combo. Well, I won't do a combo. I'll do something good because I got to make sure, because I'm still giving away a reel. I'll make it good. Let's see how much water we got in here. Oh yeah, she's full, filled up. She's doing good. All right. Pooped all over my deck though. 6.7, pretty good. I caught that was a little over 5 right now. So see if we can find her a friend, find her a boyfriend. So. But as you guys saw in that thumbnail, I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. All right, here's the thing. If for some strange reason I catch an 8, I'll give away an MGTi, okay? That's the deal. I haven't caught an 8 out of here. The biggest I've ever caught out of this lake is a 7. If I can catch an 8, I'll give away an MGTi, okay? If I got to pay for it, I will give away an MGTi if I catch an 8. But if I catch another bass, 5 pounds or bigger, then I'll do another reel giveaway, okay? So I'll do 2 reel giveaways. So bear with me, guys. But I need your help. I need your help. Let's share this feed. So if you have a Facebook, get on Facebook, share it to groups, share it to your page, call your buddies. Let's get as many people watching as we can, and let's go for spinnerbait bites. Not great right now. If you notice, it's dead calm water. Ooh, it's dead calm water right now. I'm telling you, I was out here pre-fishing this lake a couple days ago. So this is the way to get it done. And like I said, I've been out here, I've been live an hour, 1 hour. I've been live 1 hour, and my goal was to catch a 5 pounder bigger to do a giveaway. Well, what was my first catch? A 5 pounder. Okay. So that's dope. Let's see. Now, guys, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell you guys to go check out KastKing.com. Use promotional code AJWKK at checkout. Save 10% off whatever you guys are after, okay? So take advantage of those. But while you're there, check out, just launched this week, the early Valentine's Day sale, okay? Now, I'm going to go live next Tuesday night, announce the winner of tonight's giveaway of the Verus bait casting reel or spinning reel, depending on availability of it. Gosh, no. Okay, coming out of there. Got hung. Thing landed in between a crack on this boulder over here, so I had to pop it back. Let's see if we can get back in that and catch one of them donkeys again. Natural drop in. There we go. Let's see. But like I said, if I catch another 5, I'm going to do another reel giveaway. If I catch another bass while we're live, oh, that's the only bad thing about this chunk rock is getting hung up on it. So let me go over there. If I catch another bass while we're live, I'll probably do some fishing line, maybe a pack of like Mad Bite baits or something. I'll come up with something special for you. But if you guys make sure, if you're watching this live right now, or you're watching this in the rebroadcast after Tuesday night, make sure you're commenting. Comment. So I already got a 5er in the boat. Oop. Don't come off of there. Oh no, guys, I might lose my jig. I don't want to spook this area. I got a ton of jigs, so all right. Looks like I'm gonna broke my jig off. Okay. So now let's move back out. Let's move away from these rocks. You guys will be able to see what I'm fishing right now behind me. If you guys have never fished like this, you got to give it a try. Get you a jig, get you a Texas rig, and you're basically just going to flip up against it and let it fall and just pop it back. So I'm going to move away right here. Oh, I need to go stop my video. I'll find it. I know it was about an hour into the broadcast. So, all right, broke off my jig. Let's get my jig ball, get another jig, and get some work done here. Ah, yes, I like that guy. I like that guy. Let's go with that guy. Now, put my jig box away. Put that away. Grab me a creature bait. So I'm using for my trailer a Christie craw. And I'm using a 3/4 ounce football jig, 17-pound TriPolymer. James Formunsky makes my jigs for me, Formunsky Leadworks here in Arizona. I trim my weed guard just a little bit. All right, let's see. But fish on, got a big one. All right, liking that. Now cut our tagline off. Boop. Put our, you want to do about right. Fan that up about there. Trim my weed guard touch. Okay, it's looking good. I do like my skirt the way it is, so I'm going to leave that. I'm coming back, guys. Don't get scared. You're not alone. There we go. Got my bait all scrunched up on there. Looking good. Okay. Now that looks good. Give it some bang. Scent attractant. Okay. We're back in it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can catch us another chunky monkey here. All right. How in the world did I do that? Let's fix that. There we go. Got it fixed. There we go. All right. Thank God for spot lock, right? Sorry, guys. Share to Facebook. Thank you guys very much. All right. Thank you guys. All right. So guys, those of you that don't know, here I'll show you, just now tuning in. So I'm doing a giveaway as long as I catch a 5-pounder while we're live. And guess what? We got a 5-pounder while we were live. Let's see if we can catch another one. If I catch another 5-pounder, I'm doing another great real giveaway. If I catch anything under 5, I'm going to still do a giveaway. If I catch an 8, I'm going to give away an MGTi. Yes, the $300 reel will be given away if I catch an 8-pounder while we're live. Even if I got to pay for it. So let's see. I'm going for that 8. Now, how do you guys get entered to win this giveaway? You comment, and share. Share this broadcast. Let the people know. AJ out here doing work. Now, if you guys have watched my last couple lives, I was fishing Roosevelt Lake in Arizona, and man, it's been tough. Tough. I would have killed for that 5-pounder in a tournament, the last couple tournaments I fished out there. It was just bad. Luckily, I've been getting my 5 fish when I do those tournaments, but they're like a pound at best. I had to get the ruler out, let's put it that way. I had to get the measuring stick out and make sure that these were even within our little limit here, minimum height or length. Short shift. Put it back. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. See if we can get us another 5, guys. Get another 5. I'm hoping to win. Yes, yes, yes. We got the old KastKing Suzuki out here. Triple B. The first B stands for big. The last B stands for Betty. I'll let the viewers figure out what the middle B stands for. But that's Big Betty right there. So, because that Suzuki 150 Stealth is a big old gal. I tell you, I love that outboard. Love that outboard. Let's see here. Complements the old KastKing Champion very well. All right, guys, we're shooting for another one. We need that 8. Absolutely, we need that 8. So we got a 5 in the box. I've been out here for 1 hour. I've been out, an hour and 6 minutes. I got here, as soon as I got here, ran over, and the where I'm launching from the mud and the dirt is right over here. Not very far. It's literally probably less than a minute boat run, like just enough to come on plane and then almost shut it down. So that's where I'm launching from. And what I'm doing to launch. Oop, now that I'm stuck way down in there. All right, let's see. I'm flipping a football jig with a Verus on an estuary inshore rod. That's a medium action. It's a great jig. I like the feel of this rod for a jig. And I just love the way these new estuary rods look. And I'm fishing with retail only products right now, which I know is kind of a no-no. But you can get the Verus, which is not just a retail only. It's black. I just really like this combo. It's what I've been throwing lately, so it's what I'm using today. Oh, come on. I just tied this jig on. Oh, I'm off. Okay. Let's check it. Line feels good. Let's get back at it. Catch us another one. Target rock points. I know. Oh, Fishing Dad. Did you see? Fishing Dad, did you see the 5-pounder? There is fish in these lakes. See? I hope you stuck around. Tell me you stuck around. At least do me that. At least do me that. That justice. Now, the whole fish to points, okay? Target points. We did Thursday morning, Thursday mid-morning. We targeted as sure did. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Much respect. We did fish a lot of the points Thursday morning and just didn't get bit. Nothing. It was awful, actually. The bite, it was really discerning the quality of what was happening. I had one bite the whole time fishing points and things like that. So we took a gamble and went after this. So we all saw right on, down. I just didn't know if Fishing Dad saw it because he was kind of making jokes on your old boy GiveItAwayAJ, that there was no fish in here. So, and you guys got to realize too, that to catch a 5-pounder on a simple broadcast, just to run out to fish for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and go, okay, look, if I can catch 5, I'm gonna hook you guys up. That's a bit of a chance to take, you know what I mean? Bit of a gamble, especially being the fact that we caught 6, 7 fish the entire day on Thursday, the whole day. We were out here from like 7:30 in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon and fished nonstop, me and another guy. And don't get me wrong, your old boy AJ can catch a bass. Well, the guy that was fishing with me too, he's on the Arizona State team. He wins tons of tournaments. Anthony Avalos is his name. We call him the Roosevelt Bully. That dude is a stick. He's a stick. And he's the one that actually unlocked this bite because we suffered. We hit crankbaits. We hit points. We were throwing spinner baits. We were throwing bladed jigs, Texas rig, worms. It was awful. It was awful. And had on a brush hog. The only bite we had not on these bluffs was a brush hog, Texas rig, and he pulled my pants down. He bit the end of it and just pulled it off when I set the hook. So once we got onto this jig bite on these bluffs, it took us a little while. Just like you saw, it took us an hour to land that 5-pounder. But we caught a 5, which hooked you guys up. So if I can catch another 5, I'm going to do a second reel giveaway. If I catch anything under a 5, I'm still going to do another giveaway. If I catch an 8, I'm going to give away an MGTi. $300 magnesium, titanium reel that is just absolutely amazing to fish with right here. This is what I'm going to give away. right there, an MGTi. One of you guys is going to get hooked up. So, if I can get that 8. You know what? We'll make it a 7.5. Okay? We'll lower our standards a little bit for your favor. 7.5. We'll go 7.5. The reason why I say 7.5 is because there's been quite a few 7.5s caught out here lately from the tight-knit group of guys that my circle that have been running this body of water. So from the locals to the guys that are making the trip up. Oh, I thought I was getting bit. The bite is so funny. It's so funny. What is the rod? Oh. What's that rod the MGTi is on? Okay, that rod that the MGTi is on is the old Speed Demon Pro. We do not sell that rod anymore. We just discontinued it last year. It was on clearance for a stupid good price for quite a while. I am sad that we don't sell the Speed Demon Pro. That was such an amazing, amazing platform. I mean, you can ask a lot of our pros from James Elon, Brent Chapman, especially. That was the rod that he, when he signed with KastKing, that he got put in his hands and fished with all the way up until this year. For about the last 4 or 5 years, he's been cashing checks with those rods. The rods I should be using is like the Assagai, and maybe even like the Royal Legend Pro, but I'm using this estuary rod right now. It is a KastKing rod, of course, and the Verus reel, because I just really like its action. And it's just something I had set up that was open, and I put a jig on it, and I like the way it fishes a jig, and it did me a lot of good on Thursday. So why change something if it ain't broke? But this rod, the estuary, this is the new estuary inshore. You can multi-purpose it and bass fish with it. It is only available in stores, retail stores. So you're going to have to go to your local mom and pop shops and find it on the shelf. And if you find one, get it. You will love it. It is a fantastic platform. I'm going to hit the spot lock because this area just looks too dang good to not spend some time on. It's got some pockets and some little nooks and crannies. What time is it? 4:12. Good. I've got to be getting off of this lake before the sun goes down. So there we go. Let's see here. And for those of you, especially locals, that want to know what this lake is, I'm not going to say the name on out of respect for the locals around here on the live. But if you really, really want to know, message me and I'll tell you. And I'll give you the details. Why? Because I share. Sharing is caring. You get all these guys that'll keep secrets. They'll lie about where they caught them and what they were using. They'll lie about when they caught them, where they caught them. Not me, dude. I'll give you GPS coordinates. I don't care. So, but there is politics with this lake. So I just want to respect it. And if you really want to know, I'll tell you. But I'll tell you in private. So let's see. But again, guys, if you guys are just now tuning in, just now watching, we've got a great Valentine's Day sale kicking off at www.kastking.com. Up to 30% off on a lot of different items. It is the perfect setup for that angler in your family, whether it's your husband, your wife, your sister, your uncle, your kids, whatever it may be. Check it out, hook it up. But here's what everybody else needs to know. I'm doing a giveaway because of this show right now, okay? Already have I successfully made the criteria. I said at the beginning of the broadcast, if I catch a 5-pounder or bigger while we're live, I'm going to give away a Verus bait casting reel or spinning reel. That's the reel I'm using right now. Guess what? The first and only fish I've caught so far in this hour and 15 minutes that I've been here and been live, a 5.4 pound bass. So these are some chunky girls. There's some big ones in here. There's some story behind why these bass are so healthy. But the sad thing is there's also a story as to why they may not remain healthy very soon. So we're hoping for the best. And I'm going to enjoy the fishing while I still can, because this lake may go dry. There we go. My trolling motor wasn't responding for a second there. I'm also fishing in my work boots. I'm still in my work uniform. So I literally got off work a little early, ran out here because it's about an hour drive to get to this lake from where I work, only to fish for about 2.5 hours total. So if we catch a 2-pounder, if we catch a 1-pounder, I'm going to do another giveaway. If we catch a 3-pounder, another giveaway. If we catch, I'll tell you what, for every fish I catch live will be a giveaway. Okay? That's the way it's going to be. Now, if I catch, like I said, an over another 5, it'll be a reel. If it's over 7.5 or over, it'll be an MGTi. Okay? That is how this is going to play out. Good luck. Now, how do you get entered to win? Comment. Make sure you guys are commenting. If you don't comment, I can't see your name and randomly select you next Tuesday night before I go live. So I'm going to select a winner from a contestant, I should say, a contestant from Facebook and a contestant from YouTube. And if then you'll go into the dreaded coin toss. Every week or every time I'm doing a giveaway, I'll get 2 finalists and they'll go into a head-to-head competition in the coin toss. So you're lucky to get selected. Ooh. Come on, come back for it. Come on. Come on. Oh, let's throw back in there and see if it'll come back. I got bumped. I don't know what, but something bumped it. But anyways, make sure you guys are commenting. If you guys don't comment, I can't see you, I can't find you, and I can't pick your name at random. This boat's going to go by here in a minute, make some noise, and it's probably going to wake me out a little bit, so we'll see. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on. So let's see. Stay with me, guys. Oh, I know that. I know that guy. Surprised he didn't stop. Come say hello, Mr. Johnson. He's out here crappie fishing. He got into the crappie last week too, let me tell you. But we're not crappie fishing, guys. Come on, 7.5. I need an MGTi. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. If you guys don't have an MGTi, let me tell you, spend the money, pick one up. You'll thank me. Use the discount code, save 10% AJWKK. Don't wait for me to give you one, because catching a 7.5, while it's possible, but I'm telling you, the odds just went way up. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's way more possible in this body of water right now than it has been on the last couple lakes I've fished and been live on. So Roosevelt, even though it produced a 16 earlier this summer, something happened. I don't know if all the floods and all the debris and the chemicals that got washed down from those floods just made the fish not in the mood. Plus the water levels have been decreasing like crazy in our bodies of water. Like this lake here is 1.5%. 1.5. I didn't stutter. 1.5, not 60%, not 40. We're talking just shy of 2%. If the water level comes up a little bit, it'll then be at 2%, not 20. It's dang near bone dry. So these fish, if we don't get good rain, good snowpack this winter going into spring, this lake's probably not going to survive this summer, and a lot of these fish are going to die. We were shocked that it survived this year, this past 2025. So, oop, fix my... I don't like this crawl that's on here, this trailer. I'm going to get a new one. Do something a little different here. Let's see if we can get a little spicy. I'm gonna go to a chigger craw. I've yet to throw a chigger craw, but maybe because the water temps have warmed up, maybe these guys are gonna be a little bit more receptive to those crazy appendages all jiggling and wiggling. On Thursday, it was a little bit smaller profiles, what it felt like they wanted. But the water temp was actually like at least another 5 degrees cooler. It's come up quite a bit, at least 4 degrees, but come on. There we go. There we go. Move up on there. Now let's break our appendages apart so we get that cool, crazy action on the fall. And let's go hog hunting. That's a little bit bigger presentation, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be what they want. We still have quite a bit of run here to go. There's a spot coming up that might produce us pretty good. All right, let's see. But again, make sure you guys are commenting because I've got a reel to give away. And I want to give it to you guys. Turn my aerator on. Yes, I know I've got an old boat. Got a brand new outboard, but I got a 25-year-old boat. 26 years. It's 2000. It's 2026. So it's going on 26 years old. And one of the last things I got to upgrade, I've got a brand new 2025 Suzuki Stealth 150 on it. Got power poles. I've got a Garmin Force trolling motor. I've got live scope. I've got Garmin Echo maps. I've got this is pretty modernized. Got lithium batteries, but I still have to physically go turn my aerators on. So they are not automatic. So next time I pull my hydraulic pumps out for my power poles and pull my lithium batteries out and then pull that lower deck out and can get to my bilge pump and my aerator, I'm going to upgrade it to a timed auto live well pump system. So, but for now, I got to get old school and just do it by hand. So, come off there. Ah, it just got hung up right at that shelf. Dang it. Doug, what's going on? Oh, come off. Come off. I just need to change directions a little bit. So you guys can see what I'm actually fishing here. I'm just tossing up into these boulders with this 3/4 ounce football jig, hitting right at the edge and just letting it kind of tumble down and just kind of bouncing it off of these rocks. Really, and that's part of the problem is you got all this chunk rock back here. And that football jig will fall down in that chunk rock and you do tend to get hung up a bit. But that's what you want. It's all that tumble and that bang because the water clarity is so poor right now in this body of water that these bass are really, they're not like finesse fishing techniques. I really believe you got to have something that's making noise in order to really capture some kind of disruption because as far as sight goes, these fish have no visibility. So, all right. It's just like, and like I was saying, the further towards the mouth of the river, the inlet, the water source of this body of water, which there is like no water coming in. But the further that way you go, the more it goes from a very murky greenish brown to almost a neon green. And at 1.5%, we don't get some water over this winter and spring, this lake will dry up this summer and they will lose a lot of these fish. So I'm hoping that they've got a plan to, if they do not get the rainfall later that we need, that they're going to come in and shock these waters and do a campaign of just trying to move as much of these bass out into a couple other bodies of water that retain water year round better than this one. And they don't lose that investment on these fish that they invested in 3-4 years ago, because that's what it is they stocked this lake 3-4 years ago. These bass had no competition. Yeah, thank you, Fish Dad. That's what I needed. I needed a little hate. But hate on, well, there are no fish in that lake. I needed some trash talk to get it done. But we're gonna get us another one. I still have faith here. And if you guys want, I can go try to, I'll flip this last shelf. If you guys really want, I'll run a Carolina rig or a Texas rig on some of these points, if that's what you guys really want. And see if maybe it changed and they moved back up onto that. But we couldn't get bit last week on Thursday. We could not get bit dragging a Carolina rig or a Texas rig or a spinnerbait or a bladed jig, or a crankbait. We were dredging. We couldn't get bit. We came back over here and we ended up winning a friendly tournament by this technique here when the guys we were fishing against, and they are both some serious sticks. They didn't get it. They just didn't get it done. I think it took them all the way till we had to share some techniques with them, and they got lucky and caught one right at the end of the day. So, all right, guys, this is a good area right here. It's got some nice nooks and crannies. We might catch us another one right here in a minute. So stay tuned. Let's go 7. Let's go 7. Oh, dude, I'd kill for a 7. You guys would too, because that means an MGTi is going to be on the books. MGTi up for grabs if I catch a 7. I already got the 5. If I catch a 6, I'll give away a Royale Legend Pro. Okay? If I catch another 5, I'll give away another reel as well. So today is literally GiveItAwayAJ is going absolutely bananas, okay, on this broadcast. Ooh. Come on. Lucky number 7. Yes. Getting a little bit of a breeze. It is 4:30. So I got 30 more minutes, guys, because at 5 I'm going to need to end the broadcast. Well, I got to be off the water by 5:30. That's the deal. That's the deal. So got to make my trip back into Globe where I live. Oh. Oh. That felt funny, and that's the thing, is this bite is so funky. You don't know. It's just little. You really got to tune in. Come on. Be there again. Be there again. And they'll pick it up and spit it out. It's almost like they move it. What's crazy is we think some of these bass might be staging to spawn. Come off of there. Come on. Nope. I gotta go sneak up and get this off. I don't want to ruin this area. There's still some good little spots. Relax, Gore. Relax. Oof. Wish you guys could see my graph. Wish you guys could see my live scope. What's crazy is we did try to scope some fish while we were here the other day. And I've learned that this lake just does not care to be scoped. And the guy that we're fishing against is a ninja with live scope. Let's see. I need to retie. Because if I hook that 7 and break off, y'all are going to be mad at me. So in a way, that gives this area a minute to refresh, regroup. Let's get rid of that chunked up line here. What's crazy is Al Norker, who is our retired American market president, I showed this lake to him last year when it was really doing good. And it has turned into his favorite lakes of all time, he says. He's already been back a few more times since I showed him. He's been here also in 2026 because he likes to hang out in areas like these when he's in Arizona, believe it or not. So Al knows about this lake, and he knows how special it is. I even brought Rex out here, our line engineer. He knows how dope this lake is. So if you want to know, I'll tell you, but you got to message me because there's politics behind it, so I won't share the name publicly on live. It is a public lake, but there's some respects that has to be there. Man, I moved way off. We'll see if I can't drag. That'll give me a chance to clean my reel out. Because you guys all know flipping a jig or a big heavy Texas rig, just flipping, you kind of get a slight little run. It's not as clean line retrieve just from the way it goes. So if I can do that, let's see here. Clean it out with a long cast. We're good. Man, my graph is crazy, guys. I don't even know. There's fish everywhere. They're loaded up down there. But they won't finesse. It just won't. It's weird. It's the rare time you'll never see me throw a drop shot out here. Just won't do it. It doesn't work. I'm sure under the right conditions, the drop shot will do work out here. But right now, there's a certain way to get bit out here, and I'm doing it. It's the way that we proved it on. If you saw that thumbnail, that was from Thursday. If you saw what I got in the box, which actually, by the way, let me show everybody what we got, okay? So I said when I got out here an hour and 30 minutes ago, if I can catch a fish while we're live, I'm going to do a giveaway. If I can catch a 5-pounder, I'm going to do a real giveaway. Well, the first fish I catch, fish I've caught so far, 5.4. Look at the belly on that girl. Big one right there. It's a good one. Let's get her back in there. Let her hang out. Keep her happy. And let's get her a friend. Okay. So if I catch another 5-pounder, I'm gonna do another reel giveaway. Okay. If I catch a 7-pounder, I'm gonna do an MGTi. If I catch anything, let's say it's 3 pounds, 2 pounds, 1 pound. Heck, even if I catch a catfish, I'll do another giveaway. Whether it'll be a pack of TriPolymer, fluorocarbon, maybe some Mad Bite jigs or something. We'll see. But that's what I'm doing right now is I'm throwing 17-pound TriPolymer on an estuary rod. I like this action for this jig. I've got Assagais, I got Speed Demon Pros, I got Verus rods, I got Royal Legend Pro rods that'll work just as good. I just happen to have this rigged up, so that's why I'm using it. Throwing a 3/4 ounce football jig with right now a ooh, come on, with a Berkeley chigger craw on there, or the crazy leg chigger craw. 17-pound TriPolymer, Verus bait casting reel on KastKing Estuary Inshore. Thanks, Eric. A little shout out to my insider that put me on these estuary rods that aren't available in Arizona. If you know, you know. These are available in retail stores, like if you're in Texas, California, because it's an inshore rod. Anywhere where an inshore rod is going to be seen and they sell KastKing products, you can definitely grab these. Or you can probably have one ordered in from your favorite mom and pop shop. These are a retail only system. Come off there. There we go. But anyhow, guys, make sure you're commenting. If you guys want to win, if you guys want to be entered to win, whether it's live right now, because we are live here on Tuesday. It is 6:35 p.m. Eastern time. It's 4:30 here in Arizona time. Or if you're watching the rebroadcast, you have till Tuesday, which I believe is the 10th of next week, before we go live again. Oh, come on now. I think I just missed one. I think she was sitting on it, and I just should have swung for the fences. I don't know. That might just be a little thing there. Because it kind of did it to me right as I threw back in there, but it didn't feel like a bite that time. It felt like a questionable bite the first time. And that's what's crazy about the way these things are biting. It is very questionable. Give it one more go around, see if she's there. Any fish we land, another giveaway. Oh, 5 pounds or bigger, another reel. 7 pounds, MGTi. That's how we're doing this. So we have, basically another 30, 45 minutes to put you guys on there. Make sure you guys are commenting. And this is just slow, methodical. Nope. Slow, methodical jigging is all I'm doing. We're bound to get another one, guys. Came out, tried my luck on that. Get off there. There we go. Tried my luck to see if I could put a 5-pounder in the boat in 2.5 hours with the wall being live and hosting a live show. And guess what we did? We did. So let's get some more. Let's do it again. Do me a favor in the comment section, guys. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Yeah, it is like gambling, right? We're about to hit. Lucky number 7. Come on, guys. Come on. What do you guys think of that new tournament that was announced today or yesterday? Ooh. Oh. That's what's tricky, is this bite is so weird, and this is tumbling down a embankment. This jig is, these little anomalies, could be a bite, it could be nothing. So in honor of Cliff Crochet, hook sets are, he gave a little tackle tip Monday a while back where he said, hey, I learned in my career that anytime, he goes, it made me wonder how many fish I actually missed because I questioned a hook set, didn't set the hook. And his point was hook sets are free. And they are. What's the big deal if you set the hook and there's no fish there? You're in the same boat you were in a minute ago. Nothing. But some of those times where you question, like, is that? And you set the hook and then all of a sudden the tug is your drug. You got one. Oklahoma, thank you. You know, that's a fish that you may not have caught because you were sitting there waiting for him to ring the dinner bell hardcore. So what else we got in here? California, New York, Alabama, Orlando, Florida, Ohio, Nebraska. Nice. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate you guys. I am in Arizona. I'm on the eastern side of Arizona. I'm more closer to New Mexico right now than I am California. Not in the center of the state. I'm more on the east side, over towards New Mexico. Not terribly close, but ooh, I'm telling you, they're freaking me out here. They're tripping me out. But I could be in New Mexico in about 2 hours with my boat. Come on. I'm in the Bay Area. Well, thank you. All right, guys, we got to get one. Come on. As y'all said, fixing to hit. See if my buddy comes over and talks to me. I was talking to this gentleman at the where we all are launching from. He just got out here too. I don't know if he's crappie or bass fishing. If he comes over, I'll say hello to him. See how he did. He's in I believe he said it was a 06 or 07 champion, and he's got an Optimax Merc on there, 250 two-stroke. I'm rocking a 2000 champion with a 2025 Suzuki Stealth. I just put this engine on here in May and love it. Hate the fact that I got a payment again, but love this outboard. Adore this out. No, that is not my buddy that I was talking to earlier. So this lake here does not have, I don't know if that question, I can only see so much because I'm fishing off my phone or broadcasting off my phone. I'm broadcasting through the browser in my phone. StreamYard doesn't offer a broadcasting app directly, so you have to go into your browser, shrinks the window, and it's harder to see all your guys' comments. So hopefully StreamYard, you upgrade that and get that working better in the future, because I love this platform. That's just one of my only complaints. But anyhow, here we go, guys. Nope, that felt like a bite, but it wasn't. Right at the end, I realized right before I was about to set the hook that I was just coming up over something. But anyhow, there are no smallmouth in this lake. Now, Roosevelt, the lake that I fish a lot, has smallmouth. Not in abundance, but it has some. Apache Lake has smallmouth, but this one right here does not. It had a bad fish kill a couple years ago. I know I sound like a broken record to those of you guys that have been watching for this broadcast for quite a while, but they stocked it 3-4 years ago with largemouth crappie, and that 5-pounder that's in the box is probably 4 years old. So it tells you how good they're eating. They don't have any other species really that threatened them as they grew, nor threatens their food source. But now they're threatened by the fact that this body of water is at 1.5%. If we don't get a bunch of water in here, the lake will turn toxic and eventually dry up too. So they got a double threat against them: low oxygen and then just lack of water and dry up. 1.5%. Sad. Okay, come on. Got a nice little pocket that may be holding a bass right now. Ooh. Come on. Come on. Yeah, the dang limbs, man, I tell you, especially in a lake that has very little structure underneath it right now at this point of its capacity. So when you do find one, it gets you all excited, especially when you're few and far between bites. Okay, so what am I doing, guys? Am I going to, when I come to the end of this rock bluff, there's going to be an area where I'll have 30 minutes left. I can actually drag a Carolina rig or flip a Texas rig should I continue to fish the bluffs. I think actually there's not enough time for me to run down and make another run on the bluffs unless I like speed jig and just go. But we'll see if we can't drag onto another one maybe. We'll try it. See if the Carolina and Texas rig bite came back. Because that's primarily what this lake really did good on last year. When the wind picked up, you could throw a bladed jig or a spinnerbait and do good. About 3 weeks ago, crankbaits were hot here, so which kind of surprised me because I knew another buddy was doing good on jigs, but then one of my friends came out. He had told me that his friend told him that, hey, cranks are where it's at, and he came out and did good on crankbaits. But we came out and tried both crankbaits and jigs on Thursday and didn't get a single thing. Nothing on crankbait. Drag a sea rig, you got it. You are talking to one of my favorite techniques right there. I love a Carolina rig and a Texas rig bite when I can do it. I love drop shot. The drop shot, you know, it just doesn't have the pizzazz that, ooh. Nope. Check on the fat girl. She's doing all right. There we go. Come on. Come on. We need another bass in this boat. But I tell you what, though, guys, I am happy as clams. If I really want to catch another one for you guys. Sorry about smacking the microphone there, but to come out with only two to 2.5 hours to fish, got off work, flew out here, drove an hour to get out here, got set up, got my Starlink set up, got my camera set up, mics, instantly start fishing, and about 30 to 40 minutes into the broadcast, catch a 5-pounder, and the 5-pounder was the target goal for the giveaway, and it was the only fish I've caught so far. Yeah, if you're gonna do it, that's good times right there. That's what makes these kind of things just absolutely enjoyable. So if you guys are just now tuning in, I got a 5-pounder in the box. That was my goal, was to catch a 5 live, catch any fish live, but if I could catch a 5, I was going to do a good giveaway for you guys. Guess what? We did it. So if you guys weren't watching, you can go back and watch the rebroadcast, see me catch that 5 live. But in order to take advantage, to be entered to win the giveaway, you don't have to be live. You can be watching the rebroadcast. Just make sure you comment like, good job, or AJ, your feet stink. It doesn't matter what you comment. As long as you comment, that way your name goes through the comment thread, and I can do a random selection and pick out a couple finalists for this giveaway, and then do the coin toss next Tuesday night during the KastKing Live Valentine's Day special, the Valentine's Day sales special, promotional special. So make sure you guys are commenting. I want to hook you guys up. I want to get you guys dialed in. More KastKing gear in your hand. Who doesn't want a free reel, you know? Like, especially to win a free reel from watching somebody catch a 5-pounder, a 6-pounder, 7-pounder. Come on. And interacting with them the whole time. It's fantastic, guys. I don't know very many other companies that are doing things like this for their community of followers, but it's really special. It's really cool to be in this position and do that. So see that comment right there? I want one. That just got you entered to win. You might win from that. And if you guys are busy and you can't watch till I end the broadcast, come back later and watch. Wait till you're on the John, sitting on the throne, nothing to do. Right before you go to bed, check it out. Doug, bro, you need to come out from Cali and do some AZ fishing with me, bro. You need to come out and do some AZ fishing. And if I go to Cali, I need to come out and do some Cali fishing. Go hit up Clear Lake or the Delta. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd have to go out with Max. Max Hernandez, he fishes those bodies of water quite a bit. Marty Lawrence, Matt Shura, those gentlemen. Come on. I want you to catch a personal best. Well, my personal best is 8.2. So I would love to catch a personal best. I've been on the hunt for a double digit for quite a while. I thought last year that I caught that double digit here. And turns out I believe it was a double hookup. What I was running was a Carolina rig. And at the barrel swivel, I had a stinger hook and just a standard worm hook with a drop shot worm on it. And then, of course, I was running a creature baiter craw down at the bottom. I was kind of playing with that system out here. And that was I had a double hookup. But the fish that came off was big. I don't know what size it was, because the one that I did land out of that double hookup because I felt it hammer, and I'm like, oh my God, this is huge. Rex from KastKing was with me. Oh, I felt like he was swimming with it. Might have just been tumbling down that embankment. That's the thing too, is you just got to set the hook when you think maybe, because you never know. And I'm pretty sure I missed one back here from waiting too long, so I'm just going to set. I'm not going to question it anymore. If I think I might be getting a bite, I'm just going to go for it, guys. It'll benefit you guys more than it will me. But I still like it. Catch anything while I was gone? I did not. God, now that makes me feel bad. But maybe you're my lucky charm. Maybe that's why. So let's see. Watch me catch one right now. I will call you my lucky charm. Let it rip. Let it rip. Hog lip. Yes, sir. Come on. 4:51 p.m. in Arizona. So that is like 6:51 Eastern time. Come off there. There we go. Knocking that football jig around. Come on, we got another pig in here. I know we do. But does it want to chew right now? That's the question. But this is what we did last Thursday, this past Thursday, just short of a week ago from today. We came in here and we Carolina rigged, we Texas rigged, we threw crankbaits, we threw all different types of jigs, spinners, bladed, some swim bait action, and just had no success. It was the jig bite on these bluffs that worked out for us. So once we started catching them that way, we just shifted and just kept running this exact bank line back and forth, capitalizing on the few that would bite throughout the trip. And we managed to put 6 in the boat in that time, in about 4 or 5 hours. So we're averaging 1 to 2 an hour, hour and a half. But we worked it out. We made just what we needed to. Caught 22 pounds for our best 5 last Thursday, and that's what you see in the thumbnail. So I'm hung up right against the bank here, right up against this bluff. I'm trying not to bang my trolling motor or my boat against the rocks here. Come on. There it is. Okay, now get away, get away, get away. You'll be able to see this bluff right behind me right now. Don't bang the outboard. Let's check my... Yep, that is Mr. Johnson. That's exactly who that was. He's out here crappie fishing. It's a friend of mine. Him and his son are good friends of mine. They do a lot of bass fishing on this lake and Roosevelt Lake. We keep each other in the know of what's happening. So, and is he a KastKing fan? You better believe it. You know, it's crazy. His son, Mr. Johnson, I'm talking about, his son, his name is Jeremiah. He is a principal here in Globe, for Globe High School. My son was one of his students. And when Max Hernandez and Al Noriker and I took Travis Hunter out the second time here in Arizona, when Max and I took him out the first time at Saguaro Lake, and then Al and Max and I took Travis and his wife out again a year or two ago at Roosevelt Lake, no, it's just a tumbling. But anyhow, we went and had dinner and everything, and my son met us. My son and my wife met us for dinner, and my son brought a couple rods for Travis Hunter to sign, and Travis signed them for my son. And my son kept one rod and gave the other rod to his principal, who is a huge Travis Hunter fan, big football fan, used to be a football coach. So it was really special, really cool. So I was glad to be able to do that. And that was his dad that just left the lake right now. So Jeremiah, if you're watching, love you, brother. Glad we can hook you up with some Hunter memorabilia. Travis, if you're watching, bro, I got to bring you out here. So when you come back to AZ to visit, hit your boy up. got another spot to put you on. So we took Travis to Saguaro, and Saguaro happened. Ooh, that line is a little frayed, but I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna chance it. I literally have like 15 to 30 minutes max to do any good, so let's chance it. Let's chance it. Let's give our girl some water on the aerator. All right, I know better. I should retie. It takes just a second. We're almost done with these bluffs. 50 yards on these bluffs. And then the terrain starts to change. We'll go to Carolina rig and Texas rig. But we got 1 5-pounder out of it. Oh man, what's going on, brother? Get out to the islands. You know, I've never fished outside at, well, I take that back. I did fish in Texas last year. I drug my boat all the way out there. The wind conditions were not favorable, so I couldn't launch my boat. It was bad, really bad. Lake Ray Roberts. So Hunter ended up taking me to do some creek fishing, and we caught white bass in a creek. And I thought that was funny that I drug my boat all the way from Arizona to Texas and to the other side of Texas for it to not touch the water and for me to not fish off of it, to go walk into a creek. And I was actually using the Verus spinning rod and reel, and we caught a bunch of white bass. So, and I caught a crappie. So I've caught 2 species outside of Arizona, and that's the only fishing I've ever done outside of Arizona. I caught a crappie and I caught a couple white bass. So thank you, Hunter. But I need to, wait, don't worry. I own the boat. It's okay. Not going to sue anybody. But I do. I need to get out more and fish other bodies of water outside of Arizona badly. But I just work too much. But you know what? If I never do, I'm okay. Come on, chunky monkey. There we go. Where them big girls at? Where the big girls at? I'm gonna holla at you. Now, somebody said something about the iCast cup. Let's see. Uh-oh. Mike Fletcher. Mike, I tell you what. I'm serious. Like I am slotted to work iCast this year. I would love to do the iCast Cup. So if you're serious, I'm serious. I can bring rods and reels, and we can get after it. So is the iCast Cup on Okeechobee? No. What body of water would it be on? Not familiar with Florida very good. The only place I know in Florida is Orlando, because that's the only place in Florida I've ever been to for iCast. So love it, love it, love it. I would love to fish the iCast Cup. So let me know now if you're serious, and I will work that out. And we'll fish the iCast Cup together. See what we can do. I think Tate's fishing it again this year too. So wouldn't that be funny if we fished the iCast Cup and we put a hurting on him, guys? Come on. Come on. Let's do it. Get off of there. All right, guys, let's see. Gotta go, AJ. Lunchtime, way over. Hey, man, have a good night. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you got to see the 5 get caught. Tune back in, watch the rebroadcast, man. See if we catch another one before we're done here tonight. So I got to be going myself here in about 30 minutes at the most. So I got a short amount of time to put another one in the boat. Still thankful that I caught that 5 while I was live with you guys, man. So God bless y'all. For those of you that stuck it out, those of you that are still sticking it out watching the rebroadcast, it ain't over yet. You know how it is. In fine form of Mike Iaconelli, never give up. I literally think, no, there's one more guy on the water right now. Everybody else is getting off because when the sun goes down on this lake, you get off this lake. So politics is what we'll say. There are some dangers. That was so much fun. Man, thank you for tuning in, dude. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I can nab us another one here in just a minute. We got a nice little spot coming up. It may happen. Coming up on a point on this bluff. There's still some good nooks and crannies to be had here. And then we're going to throw a sea rig and a Texas rig on these areas. So you know what? I'm going to speed fish right now. So I can at least get some of that done and cover some water. Because we've given this whole run quite a bit of diligence here. So maybe picking it up and being impatient will pay off. We'll take that gamble. And just try to cover water. Bang this jig around. So get over here where I can actually throw that Carolina rig, that Texas rig, and try to catch them. Ooh, hold on. Just had a bass stir right there at the surface. Let's toss over and see if they want my jig. Oh yeah, right there where you were. I doubt I'll hook him up, but you don't know. You can't win if you don't play. I don't know how many times it's happened to you guys. Let me know if it's happened to you in the comment section to where you see a bass jump, so you throw over there and you catch a fish. It happens. But I can tell you right now for sure, for a fact, like 90% of the time that you do that, you're not going to get one. You know what I mean? Unless it's like a shad boil or something like that. But just a standard fish jump, oop, throw over there and catch that fish. It's just a shot in the dark half the time. But I have caught quite a few fish that I saw a fish jump, so I threw in there and hooked up. But truth be told, I have gotten blanked on a lot of those attempts. So you don't know. Come on, Betty. Somebody say, here, pitchy, 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 pitchy. Here, pitchy, pitchy, pitchy. Once or twice, I think. Yeah. You know what's great is whenever like somebody's with you, especially somebody who doesn't fish a lot, like they're out with you, whatever, and all of a sudden you do that. You're like, oh, right there, and you flip in there, and then you set the hook on one. Oh, you look like a stud. You look like a fish genius. And you're like, I knew that was going to happen. When you knew a lot of it was luck. There's a lot of skill to fishing, but there's still a lot of luck to fishing. Dragging over a rock there. Come on. The people want to see another chunk. They don't want to see me pull this 5-pounder out of the live well just to show them one last time, which I will do. I will do. Those of you guys just tuning in or came watching late, or say you're watching rebroadcast, the whole goal from this broadcast was A, to hang out with you guys, be part of it, get the community, just enjoy themselves, seeing some fishing going, not shove a bunch of sails down your throats, just actually hanging out and fishing, but to also just get out and have some fun. And my goal was to try to put some fish in the boat while live. And I knew the quality of fish that I had the potential of catching were pretty good, between 3 and 7 pounds on average. So I said, if I catch 5-pounder while we're live, I'm going to give away the reel I'm fishing with. And guess what we did? We caught a 5-pounder, though, the one and only we've caught so far. So got it live. It's on the broadcast. So if you guys tuned in late, wait for it to buffer, come back and watch it in about an hour and see that fish get caught. Now there's a chance for me to catch another one. So if I do catch another fish, I'm going to do another giveaway. If I catch another 5, it'll be another reel. If I catch a 7, it's going to be an MGTi, $299 price point on that MGTi. So I want to say this Verus is around a $75 price point here that I'm fishing with right now. I do have MGTIs on deck. I got Skeet Reese's on deck, and I got a MG12 on deck. Haven't picked them up and thrown them at all because this jig bite has been where it's at these last 3 days out here on this water. So, but I will be picking up a Carolina rig and a Texas rig here in just a moment. Do I have a Carolina rig out right now? I don't. I do have a 10-inch worm. I do have a Texas rig set up. I think I want to throw a Carolina rig with a brush hog. Wait, found the boat. That's what I get for not watching what I'm doing. Heard people hollering over it. Right here, literally across the way is where we're launching. It's the only place you can launch right now. This lake is so dangerous to launch on. Again, it's 1.5%. It's almost bone dry. Water clarity is garbage. We're talking like not 2 inches, not 3-inch water clarity. No, it is no water clarity. So throwing stuff, that's why I'm throwing this football jig, Texas rig, things that'll disrupt, make noise. Bladed jigs have not been successful. Spinnerbaits have not been great, although a Colorado blade would probably be the better of a spinner to throw here for that heavier thump, since the water is completely stained. The closer up river you go, the more like neon green it gets. But trying to capitalize on these fish while there's still living fish in this lake, and there's some really good ones in here right now. If we don't get snowpack and good rain over the next couple weeks, this lake will probably dry up again like it did a couple years ago, and all those fish they stocked in it 3 or 4 years ago that turned into monsters will die. Horrible, 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 horrible. Hope that does not happen. So, there we go. Quitters. Just kidding. I'm going to be quitting soon too. About 20 minutes. I'm going to be a fatty right here. Watch. Come on, fat girl. And I mean that respectfully. Oh, I just hung up. Come on. Come on. That might be the end of the jig, which is perfect timing. Although I didn't want to lose the jig. Which I just lost the jig. All right, so that's that for the jig. So now we are going to Texas rig for a minute here. Let me tie this up. It's a good thing I made a whole bunch of jigs this weekend in preparation. Quick little surgeon knot. Put that away. Now let's do some flipping. Skeet Reese to the rescue. I got a bunch of these reels. These guys are the bomb. And send this let's also get out a Carolina rig right quick. Move the, sorry if I get a disruption in the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. I just moved the, what do you call it there? Okay, where's my Carolina rig? The star. Okay, Starlink has been throw Carolina rig. Yeah, that's what I want to throw. Sea rig. Okay, guys, Carolina rig Senko. See what happens. On what? MGTi. See if we can make it happen. I have. Okay, I got about 15, 20 minutes, guys, and then I gotta go. It's time to get off the water. Lock in those GPS coordinates, guys, if you want to go back and find that jig later. That's got to be a school crappie right there. That's got to be a big school crappie. I'm on the scoop, looking at it. Fishing this Carolina rig a little fast, but I'm trying to cover water to get to where it's going to excel a little better. I usually throw a brush hog on the Carolina rig. Ooh, bird's nested that one. That was my bad. Had a headwind with the light. Clean it out. We don't call that a bird's nest. We call that a professional overrun. Maybe there'll be a bass down there to swallow my dang Carolina rig. Give me a nice little surprise in a minute, and we'll see. Nope. Nothing there. Oh well. Boo-hoo. Chatterbait. I'm telling you guys, I've thrown bladed jig out here the last couple days. They are just not wanting it. Now, I didn't throw a lipless. Like I said, I've only got a few minutes, so I don't want to dig around and tie on a chatterbait. That sounded good. But the guys that we were fishing against on Thursday, they threw a ton more reaction baits than we did. And, well, they had to pay us money. So let's put it that way. But you're not wrong. I mean, a bladed jig might be the fire right now, but it was not the fire on Thursday. All right, let's see here. Oop, hung up. Dug into some rocks. Okay, so 5:15 Arizona time, which means 7:15 Eastern. Carolina rig. I got like 10 more minutes. I'm going to throw my lipless. You guys all want a reaction bait. A lipless puts out a thump a lot like a bladed jig. I have a lipless on deck, so let's go to a lipless. See what that MG12 will do. You guys are begging for reaction. So let's do it. Oh, okay, sister. She's back there thrashing. So give me some air. Ooh, you hear her back there smashing around? This is my modified MG12. It's got some ceramic bearings in there. Oh, found a rock. You gotta love a lipless because they dive and they sink. They don't float like a crankbait. Standard crankbait or square bill, if you get it hung up for a second or you feel it stop, don't cinch the hook if you know it's not a fish. Don't just yank it down. Give it a minute. And that thing will usually back right back up. Okay. Now, and then of course, just need to get on the back side of your crankbait or your lipless and you can get it off usually. So let's see. Come on, lipless. Produce us a fat bass. Produce us a chunky butt. What do you guys think of my singing career? Is it any good? I'm going to have to go here in a minute, guys. Come on. Come on, 5 to 7 pounder. I'm going to get to the end of this point, and then I got to split, guys. She's back there thrashing and making some noise. Okay, no lipless. So I try the lipless for a few minutes. Now I'm going to drag about a 10-inch worm on a 3/4 ounce tungsten bullet weight Texas rig, 10-inch worm, curly tail. Look at this. Look at that. Dang near cast all the line off that MG12 or MGTi. Just throwing MG12, sorry. These things are amazing. It'd be amazing to catch one on this 10-inch worm right now because now it's going to be a donkey. Of course. There we go. Come off. Come on. Come on, chunky butts. Five more minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm out. That way I have just a little bit of sunlight left to load and get off of this area. Look at that. Jeez Louise. Literally. Like literally. Here, when I reel it in, I'll show you just how much line is on this reel. Probably fishing this Texas rig a little too fast. The 10-inch worm, but like I said, I've only got a little bit of time. Well, if we catch a 7-pounder, I'm going to give one away. This is the MGTi. This is a magnesium titanium reel. Its MSRP is $299. It is a fantastic Fantastic reel. It's got a very large drag star, so you could actually pick up line one-handed. Such a neat setup with that, and that drag star is not really in your way at all, so pretty good. Oh, I was going to show you how much line is on this reel. Look, full spool, okay? Full spool. Ten-inch worm. I mean, it's just crazy. Look at that. Almost completely out of line. There's no spool speed bearings in this. There's no Boca bearings. There's no aftermarket anything on this reel. It is completely 100% the way you're going to get it from KastKing, and it just casts amazingly well. 4 minutes to catch another one, guys. I think I'll do one more cast, and then I'll let that 5-pounder go, and then I'm going to get out of here. So okay, last cast, then I'll let our friend in the box go, and then I got to make a run over to the beach my boat, get my truck, back it into the mud,